Abbi J here, and I am so excited to do a video on charm and being charming today because this is like a buzzword on the internet. Everybody wants to be more charming, more charismatic, and have people like us and think that we are charming and fun to be with. But you know, if you look on YouTube, there's a million videos out there on all these little things that you can do. You can smile, you can stand taller, you can have a better presence. And all these things are great for charm, but if you don't master the 3 tips that I am going to share with you today on charm, then all those other little things aren't going to matter. I am going to get right down to it and talk to you about why these 3 tips matter so much if you want to be charming. So let's get started. The first tip is to have a sense of humor. Now, I don't mean that you tell the best jokes or that you have people rolling on the floor laughing all the time or that you're the class clown. I'm sure that you know people who are hilarious, but really lack a sense of charm. And that's because this isn't about how funny you are. It's about using humor and how you use your humor. And what I mean by this is that when something happens to somebody or you find yourself in a situation where you can just feel the tension and feel the awkwardness, that you use humor to diffuse that situation. The best tip I can give you with this tip, double tip. The best advice I can give you with this tip is to find some people that you admire and respect, that you find have a great sense of humor, one that matches yours. We all have different levels of humor and what we think is funny. And look and study some of the keywords and phrases that they say in tricky situations, or they say that really always get a laugh, that are really genuine. You know, never poke fun at people, but see what some of these comedians and famous actors and actresses are doing that make them so people think that they've got this great sense of humor. And you can use some of those phrases. Try them on, see if they work for you. See if how you say them can be just as funny as how they do it. So that is tip number 1, to develop a great sense of humor and use it in difficult, unique, tense situations. The second step is to have tact. Some of us are born with this awesome sense of tactfulness. Some of us have to develop it, and all of us could use more tactfulness. And all tact is being sensitive to people in difficult situations. Or in even simpler English, that you are mindful of other people's feelings. What this looks like is when your friend falls in the hall, whether it's they literally just trip and stumble up, or if they splatter their books everywhere in a monstrous fall, that you understand that that would be embarrassing. Because either you've experienced it or it's common enough that you're like, yeah, I would be uncomfortable in that situation, or I would feel this way in that situation. That you can feel that emotion and understand what you would like to have done, meaning, you know, you help them up, and using a little humor, you might say something like, well, that looked like a dance move, you know, and just walk on and pretend it didn't even happen, because that's what you would like somebody to do for you. And even if they laugh and they're like pretending it's not embarrassing, tact is knowing to not like bring it up again and to not shout in front of all your friend groups, guys, you missed the funniest thing, so-and-so fell on their face and blah, blah, blah. That is not being charming. That's throwing somebody under the bus. So to have tact means that you're gonna allow people to save face. Now, the last tip that I have for you today on being charming is to assume rapport. What this means is that when you see somebody, whether they are a casual friend, you've just met them, or they are an acquaintance, you know, not your best buddy, you act like you guys are really great friends. Now, this isn't being fake, because people can see through that in a heartbeat. Being genuine is key here, because you need to treat everybody like you treat your friends, which is a really real thing. Whenever you meet somebody, be warm, invite them into your circle. Another thing to be very charming is to like fill them in on what the group is talking about. Make them feel welcomed and that you really are happy that they're there and that you guys have great rapport. I experienced this firsthand just the other day. My husband and I went to a party, and I knew like 2 people there. And it was kind of an awkward experience for me because I wasn't sure who to talk to, so I'm clinging to my husband's side. And we ran into this guy that neither of us knew, and we started talking. And he was charming in the sense that he was funny. He had tact to know that I probably felt awkward that I didn't know anybody at that party. And the greatest thing that he did was he established rapport. So we started talking, and they brought some food in for this party, and his buddy came up, hit him on the shoulder and said, come get some food with me. And he said, give me a minute, like pizza can wait, I'm talking to my new buddies. And that just instantly made him so likable that when my husband and I got home, we were both like, that guy was so fun to be around. And that's how you want people to feel about you. And that's what charm is all about, is being attractive to other people and not just in a physical sense. So when you use those 3 tips of having a good sense of humor, having tact, and being mindful of people's emotions, and then just assuming that you guys are friends and that, they have rapport with you, it's going to be a drastic change in how charming people perceive you. So yes, there's awesome tips like go smile, have great presence, and stand tall, and have charisma to be charming, but those are the 3 things. Those are the 3 fundamentals of charm. And I hope they helped you out today. These are things I work on all the time too. So leave some comments below if you like this video. Give it the nice thumbs up button, and please subscribe to my channel. So thank you so much for watching these videos. Abbi out.